All right, what are we doing, Seafish?
Huh?
What are we doing?
Stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Making it faster.
By putting it on jack stands.
That's right. I don't like being on camera. This is my car.
What's your name?
Corey Fisher.
What's this video?
So we are here in the global headquarters of Fisher Motorsports. Even though I've never won a race, but we're gonna try. That's the plan. So right now we're stripping it down. We're gonna take the shocks, the radiator, the wheels and tires, a bunch of other stuff, seat belts. We gotta get window nuts and seat belts recertified. We're gonna take all that stuff apart and then we're gonna start trying to make it a better chassis. Make it faster. So stick around.
And now for a moment of teachable moments with Corey.
So anytime you're jacking up your race car, pumping the jack, yeah. Pay attention to things like your ball joints, even though these are Heim joints, whatever you got on your car. You can see that one's loosey-goosey. Yeah, that ain't no good. So we gotta replace that Heim joint. Which is something we do every year anyway, but it's good stuff to pay attention to on your race car.
The more you know.
Alright y'all, so as you can see, it's pretty much the first night working on the car, minus taking the engine out. I did that a while ago and didn't get any of it filmed because I was rushing. But yeah, shocks are off. What else did we do? Wheels and tires are off, it's on jacks. Nicole took all the panels off today, we got the skid plates off. Tomorrow we'll take the window nets and the seat belts, which expire June 2023. So those need to be recertified or replaced. And we're gonna start doing prep. Hopefully you guys like content like this. Peace.
Let's see what Corey's doing.
So just an update, when I built the car, it was so rushed that I just had to kind of get stuff done as fast as I could. So now that we have just a small amount of time, we're going to cut all this extra crap that has no use out and lighten up the car a little bit. The car is already pretty light, but we have a little bit of room to work with, so we're gonna get it as light as we can. All right, folks, we're back. We got the heat just cranking in here today. So hopefully the fan noise doesn't bother you because it is wicked cold outside today. It's like 20 degrees. So today's plan is to cut all this extra weight off and hopefully get that done today. We've got a bunch of tabs that we don't use. Stuff from when the car had a different engine in it. This car used to have a Honda in it, and then it went to a 2.2 Ecotec, and then now we run the 2.4 Ecotec. Alright y'all, we got the everything ground down. We got all them tabs that we don't use out of there. Got 4 done and 6 or 8 more to go. The only thing I hate about grinding is this chassis has like a nice mill scale to it, even though I hate mill scale. But it's just got this nice darkness to it. And it kind of helps keep the rust off. And once I have to grind an old tab off or something, you can see I got flap disc marks, which I try to smooth them out the best I can. But if anyone knows of a way to, yeah, I don't think there is a way, but if anyone knows of a way to make that go back to that, let me know. I love the look of the bare metal and I don't really want to paint it. So yeah, and then after that, I think the first project is to extend the steering shaft. We're going to extend it out so it's a little closer to me to help with car control. Getting a little crooked there. Dang it. So another reason we're changing it is because, as you can see, she is real bent. And last year when I was hitting some pretty gnarly jumps and bumps, I actually bent these tabs like that. And my steering wheel was going like this. So we got to do a little better job here and build something a little stronger. So.
What you doing?
Just trying to save this quick release because we're balling on a budget over here.
This isn't gonna go in the vlogs.
Why?
We're not working on a race car.
So?
Race cars only.
Transmissions the same way I have, but you probably have a used input shaft.
As you can see here, I have now mounted my stabilizers and reinforcers. My favorite shape is obviously triangles and odd shaped triangles, also sometimes squares. I fabricated this myself. I cut this on the plasma table myself. Came up with the idea myself. Overall, I just like to thank me for believing in me.
Draining the fuel cell. I ran real low on fuel a few times last year, so I have to build or buy a bigger fuel cell. Yeah, that's an update for y'all. We're cutting weight off.
What you got going on?
Oh, we're just draining the race fuel.
You're gonna put it back?
No, we're gonna run it in the lawnmower so we can mow the lawn faster.
Time for another Corey's tip.
The more you know.
The more you... No, that's at the end.
Oh, you buy yourself some of these high temp powder coating plugs. For when you gotta plug something, and they fit perfectly over AN fittings, and they fit. There's female ones and there's male ones that you can stick inside your fuel lines, which is what I did on the car. So when I'm grinding and cutting and welding, it doesn't get shit in there.
What are you doing?
Taking this fuel cell apart.
What are you doing to it?
Making it bigger, hopefully.
What am I doing?
Standing around.
Well, it's called slap face. Slap face, how does that...
Cleaning out the dually for me so we can sell it.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody wants a clean 2008 GMC Sierra.
You almost done with this thing? Get working on mine? I don't know if this is a good area to film. What'd you do, pee your pants?
Only the cool kids pee their pants.
I'm still sitting in my dirty pee.
Mm-hmm. Heard that.
Look at all the shit in there. No, TIG welder. What are you doing?
Showing everyone what a TIG welder looks like.
Well, you see, if you don't have a clamp that's long enough, you use two clamps to make one clamp. Perfect.
All these ways for people to tell if they were a redneck or not.
We took the radiator out. Just some of the things I'm gonna do to the car. This radiator tray is way too big. My radiator's only like goes to there. So this is all just space to catch mud. So that's gotta come out. It's extra weight we don't need. We're gonna build ourselves a small one to fit the radiator perfectly. Alright y'all, so as you can see I got the brake out and we plasma cut these weird looking things, which after I put them in the brake turns out like this. And I just got to weld that seam right there, and this is going to be our new radiator tray when I'm done. But you can see fits right on the radiator, and because our little CNC plasma cutter is so small, I had to do it in halves
Here's a little number you'll never forget.
because it won't cut it all the way across. So we got this half done, and we got to bend up this half, and then I'm going to weld them together when I'm all done. I don't really like having to butt weld them like that. They're probably going to warp, but we'll do the best we can. Probably TIG weld them, but I don't really have time today, so we're just gonna throw the old squirt gun on them, get it done. Then we're done, just gotta weld them together. You can see I have a cut along that edge, and I guess I should explain why I did that. I did a little one right there as well. I did that because I'm working with minimal small tools here, and I have just this little tiny finger brake, which is meant for like 18 gauge, and this is 14 gauge, so it's a lot thicker. So if I don't put that cut in there, when I go to stick it in here and try and bend it, it just flexes this machine or tries to rip it off my workbench. So we are just doing what we got to do with what we got. So there it is, all welded together. Nothing too pretty, but it's a heck of a lot better than the old one. Right there's the old one, and right there's the new one. Here it is on the radiator.
It's a bit of an unknown. Even what you need for choose rule, what we're gonna need for strategy, what's the power trainer, what things are drive like it and that.
I should mention, while I have my radiator out, that this is just a cheap, like $199 radiator off eBay, which was for a Camaro, I think. It was single pass. Right here is the old port, and I converted it into a double pass. So you can see I just cut into this tank and welded a plate in there, and then added an outlet right there. So the water goes in, drops down this tank to my plate, travels through the fins to this tank, drops down, doesn't come out of there anymore where it used to, has to go back through these fins and then out through my new exit. And I ran it before I converted it, and the car would run at like 240 degrees all the time. It was always running hot. After I made it a dual pass, I probably took it down to about 220. So dropped about 20 degrees just making the water flow through the radiator twice. Throw that in there. Might not make it in the video. I don't know. That's up to the wife. Alright, y'all, the radiator's mocked up in there. You can see the new tray. Just burned in these mounting brackets. Came out pretty good. It's all welded in now.